more experience, so it's like good in that sense.
Yeah. Coach Woodson said your guys are playing with a little bit more tempo. What's that kind of look like in workouts so far?
Just pushing full court, pushing after the rebound, after I made bucket, just getting the ball up and spraying.
Do you have any timelines where you need to get to, across half court by or anything like that? Nothing, just trying to push as fast as possible.
Yes, sir.
We also heard you were playing a little bit more of the four so far, looking to play a little bit more of the four. How's that kind of transition been for you?
It's been smooth. Malik been teaching me a little thing too about playing on the block, so that's been good as well.
How much do you enjoy the running part of it and playing faster and having more shooters on the floor? I mean, everybody kind of likes that, but I mean, you're starting to see that already, that this is the type of team that can do that?
Oh, I love it. Luke and I, Kanan, Miles, Bryson, all capable shooters, so just getting out in the break, knocking out shots is what we do.
Mackenzie, do you think that kind of play style is a kind of more pro play style that you would like to get adjusted to?
100%.
How much more comfortable do you feel heading into your sophomore year here as opposed to last year?
I feel very comfortable. I feel like last year was a little bit of shell shock because I was new to the frame, but I feel like now I'm a little bit more experienced and got more acclimated.
How do you think that'll transition to your play on the floor this year?
Excuse me?
How do you think that'll transition to your play on the floor this year?
I feel like it'll transition really well. Just do what I do best and keep it simple.
Mackenzie, I know you just mentioned just another year older, how much a difference it makes, but when you look back to this time a year ago and everything you went through, I mean, does it surprise you a little bit as to how much of a learning curve there is for college basketball?
It just depends on where you're at. I feel like Big Ten is a tougher environment to play in, so just getting acclimated with that as soon as possible will be more beneficial to the player.
You have a new backcourt you're getting used to. What has it been like, adjusting and getting used to playing with Miles and Kanan?
It's been really simple. It's been easy. They're really easy to play with, and they move the ball really well. They score at a high level, so it's been good.
Mike talked about the kind of quickness they add, especially Miles. Has that been something that you've noticed as well in terms of his distributing and kind of moving the floor?
100%. He finds players, and you always got to keep your head on the swivel because you never know when he's going to pass you the ball.
You said you were a little bit shell-shocked at this time last year. At that time, could you have ever imagined that you would have been Big Ten Freshman of the Year?
I just tend to stay more in the moment, so
Yeah.
it's like all grace to God gave me that opportunity.
What were the keys to that? Like, how did you, mid-season, it's not always easy to make adjustments. Like, how did you get through it and actually grow through it?
Just keep my head down, staying with people who are here for me, and listening to what the coaches had to say.
You talked about getting used to and getting some reps at the four. Defense was something that Mike talked about your improvement throughout the year and that you did improve on last year. How does that translate to post defense, and do you think that's something you've been getting used to playing with guys like Malik in practice?
Yeah, I feel like I put on some weight, so I might be scared for some fours out there.
What do you weigh now?
222. Yeah.
Where were you at last year?
Like, you guys, Coach Cliff, I think I was at like 210 or something like that, so I put on like 12 pounds.
Mackenzie, we haven't had a chance to see Bryson Tucker play, obviously, yet. You've been with him a little bit this summer. Can you give us a little scouting report on his game and what kind of kid he is?
Great kid, phenomenal student, amazing character, and great mid-range and three-point game. And very athletic.
In terms of workouts and practice, stuff like that, who have you been matched up with mostly throughout the summer and stuff?
I've been guarding Malik, been guarding Bryson, sometimes on Luke.
Who's been the toughest to guard so far?
Probably Malik.
Just from his size and strength? Or
Size, footwork, feel for the game. Yeah.
Coach said that Malik is guarding you some and Goody some just to help him develop as a guy who can guard the four. Like, how are you seeing him come along in that regard?
Malik?
Yeah.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Doing a great job. He's getting more comfortable guarding like more agile players, so it's better that way.
Mackenzie, sorry if you've been asked this before, but from your standpoint, your game, what do you want to improve on? What's the keys?
Most definitely defense. I feel like defense and moving shots is what I need to work on, and I feel like if I get those done, I'll be good.
How optimistic are you that as a team you guys can have a special season?
Super optimistic. I feel like it's going to be a very special year for us.
you have a lot of leaders and veterans like Trey, and then guys new to the program like Umar Balo. What has that been like? What have they been saying throughout the summer to kind of get you guys ready for the season?
We're just staying together, staying tough, and staying thankful for what we have and what we can accomplish.
Paulo has been to a couple second weekends with Arizona. Has he said anything about kind of what it takes to have success in March Madness?
Yeah, just staying together and staying as a team. I feel like that's the most important thing we can do. Just the camaraderie, build the camaraderie, and stay together.
What's impressed you about Paulo so far over the summer and in the fall?
Just his feel for the game. I feel like, and his size. He knows how to use his body well, so that's been good. He's been amazing around the paint.
When it comes to defense for a freshman, like what is the hardest thing? Is it just like game planning that you're not used to, or speed of the game, or what kind of things stood out that you had to learn quick?
Well, for me, it was more like getting over screens. That was what I struggled with, but I feel like just learning how to stay low and get around them is what really helps.
And like, every game you have to get around a screen different depending on who you're guarding.
Right.
Is that part of the adjustment too?
100%.
Yeah.
On the offensive end, has this spring summer been more about adding to your game or just refining what you did last year and kind of getting better at that?
I feel like it's more about refining what I did last year and then adding a few more things to my arsenal. For sure.
What have you tried to add so far?
Being more passive, like knowing when to take the right shot.
We talked about the play style, but there's kind of a balance with all the new pieces between size and speed. What has that been like in terms of floor spacing, especially throughout this summer?
It's been great. We've added a new offense, so just being able to be at the right spots at the right time is essential.
More three-point opportunities, do you think?
For sure. We got capable shooters this year.
Like Woodson said that everyone seems to like each other on this team. What's it been like meshing with all the new transfers and new faces?
It's been great. I feel like we're all friends. We're way closer than we were ever been before, so it's been really good.
You guys do anything like outside of basketball together over the summer?
Yeah, we went mini golfing. We go support the other teams here at IU, and then we go out for lunch here and there.
What other sports games have you been to at IU so far this year?
Soccer game, volleyball game. Yeah.
Now that you've had like a year to reflect on it, do you think that preseason deal with you last year like impacted you mentally or just in any way like, had an effect on you going into the season?
No,
It just was what it was. And you moved on.
It is what it is.
How do you feel about your development last season heading into this season?
I feel real good about my development. I feel like I made strides in the right direction and just keep my head down and focusing on what I need to focus on and what's going to help me get to the right place.
Would you say that there's any difference with how the team is now heading into the beginning of last season?
Yeah, I feel like we're more faster, quicker tempo, so that's going to help in the growth.